Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm your lovable host, Tommy the Hammer. Tonight we're going to be checking out an early 1980s comedy film called Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Now, what director Carl Reiner has done here is essentially taken comedian Steve Martin and superimposed him in front of a bunch of old black and white 1940s and 1950s film noir crime movies. And it's not the first time that a director's actually done that. If you guys recall the movie Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, they did a very similar thing by taking the main actor and superimposing him in a bunch of cheesy 1970s martial art movies. Well, I remember my dad used to play this movie all the time back in the day on VHS, but I really don't remember it, and quite frankly, I really didn't give it much of a second thought. I was too busy thinking about things like the Ghostbusters or Freddy Krueger or the Ninja Turtles to give much of a rat's ass about a black and white comedy movie. So tonight we're going to be refreshing my memory on this end. You guys know this routine. Check out the trailer, peep that shit, motherfuckers, and we get back. Y'all motherfucks are going to know my opinione on Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Steve Martin, Am, Rigby Reardon in Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Will $200 be enough in advance, Mr. Reardon?
$200, I'd shoot my grandmother.
No criminal is too tough for him. No pain is too great.
Where'd you learn that?
At camp.
No joke too disgusting.
Do I look like a dame?
Not as much as I do.
I haven't turned on the charm yet.
He'll laugh in the face of danger. He'll dace in the fange of laughter.
I'm on an important case. I need your help. These people we're dealing with are killers.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
Say something like, no, Ma, look, listen to me.
No, Ma, look, listen to me.
He'll do anything in the quest for the elusive Academy Award.
Cleaning woman. Cleaning woman. Cleaning woman. Cleaning woman.
Sorry.
You'll get action, romance, danger, sliding, animal impressions, comedy, 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 and drama. When Steve Martin, Rachel Ward, Carl Reiner, and Steve Martin
Schweinhund jerk.
find out why dead men don't wear plaid.
You're through.
What a guy.
I think that's impressive.
The people who brought you the jerk try to make it up to you.
So the movie Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid could be considered a compilation comedy, so I couldn't help but compare it to another movie that's very similar to this, Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, which does a very similar execution to its comedic stylings. The difference between that movie and this one here is Kung Pao is kind of coming at things from a more contemporary comedic angle. And when you watch that movie, it's definitely more slapstick. The jokes are just fucking rapid fire, and it's funny in that sense. With this movie right here, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, I feel like it's the comedy movie for, cinema aficionados, for people that understand, Hollywood, the golden age of Hollywood, black and white movies, film noir movies, things of that nature. And especially if you appreciate comedian Steve Martin, if you understand his comedic timing and you know what he's going for with this character and this movie in general, well then it actually is quite ingenious. But if you're not into black and white films, if you don't give a rat's ass about the film noir subgenre, and especially American ones, if you think that whole, private eye detective, dame in distress element is kind of cliched or boring, well then this movie really might not hold a lot of water for you. You might look at this film and be like, okay, it's kind of funny, I guess. But to me, I grew up in the 80s. I like Steve Martin, especially his early films, and I completely understand what they were going for with this movie. during the 1980s, this whole concept of special effects with, at that time it was blue screen, and inserting actors into old footage was definitely cutting edge at the time period. I mean, there was a multitude of movies that did it. There was commercials that were kind of dabbling in that whole new special effect trend. And I don't know, audiences were kind of viewing this with awestruck eyes. They were watching movies like Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid and going, man, this is awesome. We're watching a modern day actor, Steve Martin, being inserted into all this old footage. And for a lot of people back in that time period, it worked. Now, I'm here to say that as I was watching the movie, I can't help but scrutinize it. It's 2021, and we've seen a lot of different special effects come and go throughout the decades. For the most part, I think this movie fucking nails it. It nails all the scene transitions. Steve Martin's comedic timing is pitch perfect, and the overall movie is definitely of the dry comedy variety. So if you don't like your jokes being very subtle, very subdued, and very dry, in a very British sense, then this movie also might fall flat for you. So with all that being said, guys, I don't really think I can take too deep of a dive with this movie, because when it comes down to compilation comedy, well, it's kind of a gimmick. I mean, there's really no deeper meaning to the overall narrative, no deeper subtext that the director's trying to say here. Basically, it's an homage to black and white films from a bygone era. And in my opinion, it's very successful in those regards. Do I like it better than Kung Pao? I don't know. Yes and no. I feel like Kung Pao is a little more fast-paced, a little more ballistic with its humor execution, but I like this too. I like the more subdued and kind of dry humor that it goes for, and that's why I feel like both of those movies, Kung Pao Enter the Fist and Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, would be an excellent double feature if you're looking for compilation comedy, and it is a subgenre. So with that being said, guys, I could give the movie Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid a solid 6.5, strong 7 out of 10.